Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for joining me. I'm Katie and we are on day number 29 of Mermay, and today's prompt is orphan. Nobody knows how Finley ended up in this situation, but she's a very young mermaid on here. And this isn't so much about her being an orphan. I think that's going to be too sad. I think this should be about how she and Claudia met. So Claudia was just swimming around one day and found this bottle with Finley in there. And they're both pretty young on here, so maybe they just looked after each other. Maybe Claudia took Finley under her claw and Finley took Claudia under her fin, and they both looked after each other, and that's why they're best friends. The materials I'm using mostly today are the chameleon markers, where I've got some mixed feelings about them. I think as markers on their own, they're okay. You've got a nice brush tip on there and they're quite nice to blend. However, I'm not much for the gimmick to them, to be honest. I picked these up pretty cheaply about a year or so ago from an art shop that was closing down, and I had received some in Scrawler box from a few years ago as well, so I had got some, I had used them before and I knew what I was getting into. And like I say, as a marker pen they're pretty nice to use, but they're really hard to use as they're intended with that blending nib, and I don't know, I tend not to use them in that way very often. As you can see, I had to use the random selection of marker pens that I already had in, and these consist of Ohuhu, ones from The Works, which is a UK arts and crafts shop, some good old Winsor & Newton Pro markers, and I'm sure begrudgingly I ended up using a Spectrum Noir in there, and the less said about that the better. Instead of using a fishbowl, I decided to use a bottle with a cork in it. It just seemed like the right kind of vessel for this particular subject, although it's a really sad one to do. I mean, I enjoyed drawing it, but the subject matter I thought was sad, and I don't know, it's not necessarily a prompt I wanted to do, but it's part of the list, and I guess I had to make the best of the situation I could. I decided to keep the background pretty muted, so the sea looks pretty grey, and the sky, I will use a blue on it, but it's not as vibrant as our characters, because I guess really they've brought some colour and some life into each other's lives. They've found each other, and I wanted that to be the main focus of the picture here. I also thought it was quite an interesting way of doing this challenge, is actually doing Finley looking young. It was I wasn't really sure how to go about it, but I don't think I did a too bad of a job, and I suppose I can't really make Claudia look any younger because I don't really know how to make a crab look younger. A neat little trick I thought I would do based on the chameleon markers was to try and achieve that effect myself by dipping the nib of one of the cheap markers in some alcohol, and that did allow a kind of chameleon effect, but I guess there's something special in the nibs that they use. I also used a white gel pen just to lighten up some areas too. Although this has been quite a sad prompt, I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, don't forget to give me a like, and if you're new here, why not subscribe? It really does help my channel grow, and it really drives me to do these challenges, so go on. Anyway, I will see you all for tomorrow's prompt. Bye!